Here we are, July 4th, 2023, a year and a half later since the release of Dying Light 2. This past week, the Good Night and Good Luck update finally made its way into Dying Light 2 and is kicking off what Techland calls a summer of horrors, a series of events, content patches, and updates to go and make the players revisit its new offering. And first up was the update overhauling nighttime and parkour for the better, an update committed to making nights more intense with the introduction of roaming volatiles. And with this also came massive improvements to the parkour system, making it less floaty while also upping player movement control. The state of Dying Light 2 has never been better. More plans also revealed that a Walking Dead and a Payday 2 crossover event will be occurring sometime in the near future, where you can obtain a Rick Grimes outfit, a Lucille bat, and a Dallas mask? Okay. But in short, I love this update. I think it is truly fantastic. I think what it did for Dying Light 2 will have long-lasting beneficial effects for longtime veterans of the game. However, there are some slight oversights when it comes to new players. Originally, pre-update, the only way to get a chase started and going was having a howler scream in your face, alerting all nearby enemies, and thus it begins. The first night mission used to give you an introduction to exactly that. It used to be pretty intense, where you had a handful of virals trying to rip you apart for a few minutes. However, with the new changes, howlers don't start chases anymore, only volatiles do. So when new players or even players going on a New Game Plus reach that first ever night chase, your first ever exposure to what's lurking in the shadows for you, this is what it looks like now. Where did everyone go? Oh my god. There's nothing. One zombie. This is bonkers. This is crazy.
Keep them busy.
Keep them busy? Keep who busy? What do you mean keep them busy? It is just so ironic that the update aimed to making nights more terrifying. This is what we got. I think this entire mission now needs a total rework as soon as possible. I understand that it may have been an oversight, or maybe you think I'm blowing it out of proportion, but I don't think so. The game is currently on sale, and during their most recent event, they kept pushing players to go and buy this newly discounted version. And new players, they're gonna buy it, they're gonna jump in, and this is gonna be their first night encounter. Good.
Oh, I did it.
We did it! I killed 4 zombies! Now, aside from that section that I just described to you, that's really my only major complaint when it comes to this new update. Especially when it comes to the nighttime in Dying Light 2. That's my only major complaint. Overall, the nighttime in Dying Light 2 is deeply terrifying now. And Techland really nailed it with this element. I'm deeply fascinated by their changes and their improvements here. It offers up gameplay that is way more strategic than what we're used to. And I have to say, if you're a sucker for games like that, ones that are super immersive and offer up strategic combat, I highly recommend checking out today's sponsor, Watcher of Realms. It is one of the highest quality fantasy RPG games that I've played to date. What I love is being able to immerse yourself into the magical world with over 100 heroes with both its stunning visuals and deeply strategic gameplay. Every hero in here is worth upgrading because of their unique traits, and together you can form a powerful team to resist an onslaught of countless monsters using your diversified strategies. Considering the ever-changing situation on the battlefield, you need to carefully deploy heroes and release their skills at the most suitable time. Just one click and you will turn the battle. When you are strong enough, you can collaborate with your guild partners to beat the epic dragon and rush to the guild rankings. The gameplay is super user-friendly and the new pinnacle of quality in RPG games. The RPG elements in here are refreshingly diverse, and it's a true standout to other games out there on the market right now. You can also obtain rare resources from dungeon levels and strengthen your character's attributes. The dungeons offer up some of the most difficult foes, which makes completing them quite a fulfilling challenge. It's time to show off your strategic thinking abilities, and starting today you can use the link down below in the description or in the pinned comment to pre-register and support the channel further. Let's explore the amazing Tia content together, and with all that said, let's get back to it now. Nighttime, yes, right. Chase sequences are now less arcadey and more unpredictable. The night population of zombies have been reworked to create more of those unexpected moments. Now, when I'm roaming around, especially at a low level and I come across a volatile, I need to run. There is no way I'm going to win this fight. It now creates an enhanced nighttime experience that heightens up the tension and horror simply because of those volatiles now freely roaming around and being that much of a threat. But like I said previously, to really nail this new atmosphere for new players, they need to change that mission that we discussed earlier. That's why players in Dying Light 1 were just too terrified to go out when the nights were gone. First impressions last a lifetime. There is also one thing worth mentioning: volatile health is stupid ridiculous right now. They are a little super tanky and it feels like you're fighting a damn Destiny 2 bullet sponge boss at the moment. I don't know if their health has been increased due to the event that's going on, but man, it is rough. When you go into bloody ties especially, it's really bad there. Certain challenges are pretty much impossible now. They aren't properly rebalanced with the new changes that came with this update. And speaking of that, I've been playing through Dying Light 2 recently with a friend to see all the changes that they made throughout the months. And the same goes for human enemies. The amount of damage that you have to deal to them is just absurd. Your best option at the moment is to just cheese them by throwing your weapons over and over at them or spamming the dropkick. Your actual weapons do little to no damage in almost every single human boss fight encounter. I'm not sure if this is intentional or what it is, but I mean, just look at your screen right now. This is not fun. Additionally, when it comes to the nighttime, they also changed up a few more aspects, making a more immersive HUD. They now reworked the chase music, and it is fucking brilliant. It really does feel like a truly different experience pre-update. They also updated the flashlight to create more dynamic shadows and have it better correspond to the darker environment. And I'm sorry for what I'm about to say. Someone on my live stream, Spider-Punk, I hate you. He's the one that pointed this out to me, so you can blame him. These new flashlight shadows, they're just outlines on characters. It kind of resembles like that Borderlands 2 and 3 cell shading art style that they have on their characters. And once you see this, you will not be able to unsee it. And forever now, this is going to lurk in the back of your mind and never leave. To rapid fire a few changes that came into Dying Light 2 with this new update, let's start. Weapon throwing is now added into the game, and it's an amazing addition to have it back. I actually asked for this specifically in one of my previous videos. I said that after playing Dead Island 2, it made me miss that function, and lo and behold, it's here literally a month later. You can throw your weapon by going and unlocking the power attack skill. On that screen, you can see exactly how you throw your weapon. It's all different depending on your platform. For PC, it's the interact key, which is F, which does make for some really awkward moments at times where you may just accidentally chuck your weapon. I don't know if consoles are experiencing something similar, but that's what I currently am. I'm not exactly sure what the most viable solution would be here. Maybe on PC, you can make that key bindable. That would be exceptional. Funny enough, there's actually more things that I've requested specifically on this channel that Techland actually took that feedback and implemented. And side note, I'm truly thankful for Techland going and listening to their community. And seeing the game change based off of what we are saying on this channel together is really commendable. You guys voice your thoughts nearly every day on here through comments, polls, and conversations. I try to take as many of your suggestions as possible when formulating these ideas and be that powerful voice to advocate for change, and it's been quite successful. I really do appreciate Techland's dedication to being truly committed to making Dying Light 2 better. Nowadays, developers sometimes just take the money and on, or they go and release that dog shit Gollum game. Look how that worked out for them. Seeing Techland sticking with it and having that thick skin, seeing their devotion to Dying Light 2 shows that they are really pledged to correcting their mistakes, and I admire that. And with that said, let's get back to it now. On Twitter, I recommended to Team Own that they should add a skip intro option, and they actually did it. Last monthly review, we also voiced out that blueprints should be upgraded to legendary status, and guess what? That's exactly what they did. I'm speechless. Next, they also added in the with and without event function when starting up your game now. This is to go ahead and either opt in or opt out of community events that are going on. You love to see it here. Also, at the main menu, you will see that community modded maps are now fully integrated right into the game. Currently only available on PC, but it is coming to console later this year. You can go ahead, connect your account, download maps, and play all of it within the game without having to leave. One thing that's really exciting exciting that did return was the slide down a billboard with a knife from E3. To do this, jump towards a billboard and hit the crouch button. You will pull out a knife and you'll start sliding down. I don't believe you need any additional skills or even a knife in your inventory to make this happen, and this is just one of the many things that was introduced when they fixed the movement, aka the parkour. And oh god, the parkour is exceptional. And for full disclosure, sometime back in May, Techland actually gave myself and a few other content creators an early access build to test out the new parkour. They wanted to hear our suggestions so that they can put this update into an even better place. They really wanted to nail this element, and after a few weeks of us testing, providing feedback, I can proudly say that they delivered on my expectations and exceeded them. It also seems that the community adores all of the parkour changes. They changed the parkour, fixed its momentum issues, changed the animations, made it less animation heavy, took almost all of the floatiness away, improved the animations, and refined the gameplay for the better. They made the complex system even more complex, and it's like it was tailored, specifically made for the core fans, giving them more control, less hand-holding, fewer assists. And by heading to your options, going to gameplay, and changing parkour to physical, you can go and experience it for yourself. It is honestly a completely different experience than assisted parkour, which is the name of the old. I literally have no complaints about this parkour. I think it is utterly perfect. Not a single issue sticks out in my mind when it comes to this new parkour system. I think it's a 10 out of 10. Techland deserves all of the praise here with this update. They cooked. I didn't think the Polish could cook something else other than frickin' pierogies, but they cooked with this one. Good job, Techland. This is awesome. Alongside all the new changes with the parkour in nighttime, there is an event currently going on called Bloody Night. The event is to just get you to go out and loot during the night. They want you to experience the new changes and try out what's new. The rewards are pretty damn cool, so I do recommend checking it out and completing your participation goal so you can claim that global goal. Participation goal is to loot one valuable and you'll get 3 tickets to the Huntress missions. Warm-up goal is to loot 40 for elite missions, but the cool shit is that personal goal of 250 where you get a crossbow and some bolts. You get the blueprint for that. Definitely hop on that one. That is incredibly worth the time and effort. You can probably knock out the challenge in about an hour of looting. It's not going to take long at all. But finally, the global goal is to get Hakon's outfit, the Prick, and the event is going on until July 13th. Assuming the community will hit the goal, which we most likely will, take the time now to go ahead and claim it. And with all of that said, that wraps up the video. Happy 4th of July to all my fellow Americans out there. To my 10% UK audience, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You guys skip that chapter. I'll see you later. Bye bye.